my name is Janai and welcome to my channel. So today I am so excited because I am going to be reacting to TXT's Sanctuary album, and I am going to be reacting to all of the songs except for Over the Moon because I heard it like 3 times in my music video reaction, and that was mainly to ensure or to confirm that there was no bridge in the song, and there isn't. Now, I remember when I was talking about that song, I said it was really good. However, it was pretty mainstream sounding. It wasn't anything very dynamic. So I remember saying that in the MV reaction. However, I've listened to it a few more times since then on my own time, and I am in fact appreciating the song more and more as I hear it, especially with the choreo to match it. I saw the dance for it because there was a MOA who was nice enough to upload when they sang that song in the Seoul concert. So I did see the choreo once, and it is really good. So I cannot wait to properly react to the choreo for Over the Moon. And yeah, I'm really liking the song since I've heard it the first time. But we're not talking about that today. We're going to talk about the other songs on the album. So there's 5 more of them. And we're going to start with Heaven. I'm going to be using lyric videos, so please excuse any inaccuracies with translations. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And let us get into Heaven. Oh, already. So I love this instrumentation. Oh. I love this harmonies. They need to do more of that. Oh, that's nice. And I like how the percussion has come in. I like this. This is a very smooth, soothing tone. Now we're going up. Do you hear the singing in the back? Oh yes. His high voice suits like the lyrics so well. Talking about heaven, you just feel like you're levitating. Heaven, see, that's perfect. 11. Oh, that's catchy. Nice. I like how they drag that. Oh yes, Subin, come again. That is nice. I love how they're utilizing his low tone for once. I've been saying his range is way more than just the falsetto. My god, that's so nice. That change up. It gets less soothing and more like we're gradually levitating. Oh, yes. He's really standing out in this song, Subin. And then when we get to the chorus, it's like heaven. Now we're like very high and airy with our voice, the vocals. And I love how Bongyu and Yeonjun are harmonizing in this song. Oh, now they're harmonizing. Yeah, that's nice. Last time I heard them harmonize was on Force, and I really like that. Nice! I love how they drag that out. That's really nice. Okay, gosh. You click one little thing and next thing you know, you're somewhere you don't want to be. That was a very sweet, beautiful, just like light, airy song to start off with. And there were just a lot of things I liked about that song, but tell me if I'm wrong, but I didn't hear a bridge yet again. Is this some kind of trend we're going with in this album? I didn't hear a bridge. No, I know there was no bridge in Over the Moon, and I'm not sure there was a bridge here either. But I can say right off the bat, I do like it a little bit more than Over the Moon. And I think it's a great opener to the album. I think the members' voices, like I said, the structure of the song and the pacing of it, and the way the voices gradually kind of rose, you know, like there were parts of the song where their voices were very low, particularly Subin. I can remember just because he stood out a lot to me just because his range was utilized way more than usual. They love to make Subin, you know, do the falsetto parts, which he's great at, but I really liked hearing his lower tone. He actually got a good amount of lines in the song, and that made me happy because I already explained in the MV reaction how his lines were, needless to say, way insufficient in Over the Moon. But I'm glad I got to hear so much from him and how they utilize his voice dynamically. But what I'm trying to say, the point I was making was that in the verses, their voices kind of start low in a much lower tone, and then it gradually gets a little stronger and higher. But then that changes up because in the chorus, when they say heaven, that's probably the most light and airy and high that their voices sound. And that's perfect because it just conveys the lyrics so much more. And the whole vibe was very heavenly, you know? It really did take you there, what they were trying to convey. Because it was a very sweet song, very mellow, and kind of dreamy, you know? The way their voices were, but also that music. The music was pretty easy throughout. There wasn't any kind of strong sounds or anything like that. And I just love how all the members sounded. Everyone sounded great, but I'm very used to, I mentioned this before. One thing I like about SM groups, I promise I'm going somewhere with this. I know this is a high group, but SM groups, one thing that makes their songs so good is the way they utilize harmonies so much with their groups. And so TXT, I love when they do this too. They don't harmonize quite as much, but when they do get the chance, you know, put 2 or 3 members' voices together at the same time, that sounds so good. It just makes a song so much richer because individually their vocals are already so strong, and I've always said they have such different tones, you know, so even if I mentioned this in my MV reaction for Over the Moon. Even if they're both doing a falsetto, like even if Subin and Yeonjun were to both do a falsetto and sing the same words, they still sound different because their voice, their tone is so unique and their cadence. So regardless of what they're singing, when you put them together, when you allow them to harmonize, that's just going to make the song so much better, so much richer. Like it's just going to you know, kind of just get you more immersed in it is what I'm trying to say. So I really like that they're doing this more. I did hear it in Over the Moon, particularly with Subin and Taeyeon, which was a very nice surprise. And they did it again quite a few times, especially with Yeonjun and Bongyu, and then I think Subin and Yeonjun did it. And there probably were some more instances, but that is really nice. Anyway, I love the song so far. Like I said, it's a great start to the album. Now we're gonna go into Danger. Now that's quite the switch up. I remember when I was looking at the let me pull it up first. Yeah, I remember when I was looking at the live performance for Over the Moon, the Genius open mic or whatever it's called, and there was like the bus sign behind the members on their set, and it was like Over the Moon was in the middle, that way is heaven, that way is danger. And I was kind of thinking it was funny choice of words because, you know, wouldn't the opposite of heaven be hell? I don't know why they decided to call it danger, but I'm interested because clearly suddenly things have taken a turn. We were all like happy and in love. You know, we met this angel-like person who makes us feel like we're in heaven. Why are we in danger now? What the heck happened in the space of 3 songs if you count Over the Moon between them? Oh, heck no. What is with the genre switch up? They love to start with Yeonjun, but I understand. His voice is just so... Okay. Oh, hey, Subin. Oh. Is this girl showing her true colors? Oh, heck no. She's not angelic after all. Oh. I like the distortion. That. Danger. Okay, Subin. I like how they're contrasting Subin's more light voice. Bongi, stop. I'm gonna need you to stop. Oh yes, the raps. Oh. Ooh, yes. I can say right away I'm loving all the contrasting sounds with their vocals in this song. I'll talk about that more. I like this instrumentation here. See, right now it's sounding very smooth, and it's gonna switch up majorly in the chorus. Yep, see, it's quite different. Oh, nice, Monkey. Give me some of that danger. We still want it. That's my line, Yeonjun. That's my line. Okay. Excuse me. Well, that took a turn, didn't it? Okay, so we found out. I mean, I could be wrong in my interpretations, but it seems to me we found out this girl who's making us experience maybe first love, innocent, you know, angelic-like, heavenly love. Turns out she ain't what we thought she was. You know, she's revealed herself. We've gotten to know her a little bit more, and she's a little wild thing. She's a bad girl, maybe, right? It's just not what she seemed, right? However, it seems like we're down with this. It seems like actually that just makes her more alluring, and we don't want to leave. We know we're gonna ride this out, see where it takes us, you know? And first love is like that. First love, you know, it's all encompassing. It's all in. It's like, shit. I mean, we're already falling very hard for this person, and we're not just about to let this go. So we're gonna ride the ups and the downs. And you know, you learn a lot of lessons typically in your first love. If you were so lucky enough to have your first love and then grow old with them and marry them and everything, then great for you. But a lot of people, I think the majority of people, there's a lot of pain and a lot of lessons learned with first love, you know? But anyway, so theme of the song is quite interesting, and the way the story of the album is going, I like it a lot. So what stood out to me about this song, I will say right off the bat, the sound is not my favorite. Like if I'm comparing this to Over the Moon and Heaven, even though I like that it's I mean, I do like that the album there's contrasting sounds. I like that they're utilized in different genres. It's not just smooth, sweet all the way through. And it does fit the lyrical content of Danger, but I will still say it is not really a sound I prefer. I'm not super into that very electronic-y sound, which kind of was happening a lot in the chorus. I like a lot more of the smoother, dreamier sounds. I will probably say this several times in this video and others. I'm a sucker for dreamy sounds. I love like dream pop, and I do like electronic music as long as it's in the realm of dreaminess, you know? That's what I prefer. I like hip hop too, but this kind of electronic sound is not my favorite. However, the standout of this song was just the members' vocals. The members' vocals will never fail us, no matter what genre. And what I liked is the contrasting things that were going on, like the different tones. Because this song, I only heard it once, and it's hard to remember everything. I'm trying to remember specifically what I'm talking about. I want to give like specific examples, but you know, like Yeonjun, for example. Yeonjun, a lot of times he was coming in like with that lower tone. Yeah, particularly that time where they're saying, "What you doing to me?" Kind of that example. Kind of like when Yeonjun was coming with the more rap sort of lines, less singing, more like chanting or speaking. And I think Kai even did that a little bit too. And so I like that and then once that was it didn't stick with that. The song would change up and make things more interesting because then Subin would come in or Taehan, and their tone would be very different. Like Subin is, they were definitely utilizing his sweet sound, a little bit higher, breathier sound, and Taehan would come in with more of the belting, that very sweet melodic type of thing, and it would provided a nice contrast between like the more rapping and the lower tone of voice that the other members had before them. And so it made the song more interesting to listen to. I think I liked Bongyo's voice a lot in this song. I remember him singing that part that Yeonjun did, "What You Doing to Me," and he had his low tone going and he was a little higher at times. And so even with each member, they were utilizing the range of their voice well in this song. So I would say the highlight of the song was the lyrical content and the contrasting tones with the members' voices. Okay, so let us go to Resist, Not Gonna Run Away. Well, that seems to be similar in theme to Danger. I'm not gonna resist you, but we'll see if that actually is the case. If there's any difference. Oh, sorry, I'm not one to pause, as you know. Not in the first listen, but that kind of threw me off because so far it's been like Yeonjun and his power vocals coming in first, but this time it was straight to the falsetto with Tan. No. I can't resist. Wow. It's the battle of the falsettos. Oh, I like this beat already. Oh. These lyrics. I really like it. Now that's interesting that they don't use Subin for the falsetto part. That's an interesting twist. He's doing the other lines. And they're using Bongyu and Tan. Yeonjun always brings that sexy vibe to a song. He has such a good voice for hip hop and R&B. Down with you. Tan is killing it. He always is, but like, I'm gonna talk about Tan after this. Oh, here we go. I'm just like, he needs to sing this part at some point. Resist. I'm not sure how accurate this is. I can resist. Okay, I'm not sure if that was accurate. If there were times they were saying I can resist, I want to say they were through the whole song was I can't resist. Lyrically, it seems to be very similar to Danger. It's kind of continuing on the journey, but it might be slightly different because resist, the fact that that word is in there implies that there might be some sort of conflict. Before in Danger, it's kind of like, hey, we're all in, screw it. I want to be with you and I was, to ride this journey with you regardless. You don't have to be an angel. But resist implies, okay, maybe this relationship is becoming a little bit, it's not going the way we want, and we're contemplating maybe leaving. Sometimes it might cross our mind, or like, hey, maybe this isn't the best situation. But it sounds like the pull is still too strong. Like they're still like, I might have been contemplating it a little bit. There might be some dissension, but I'm still gonna ride it out. She's too alluring still. I'm not gonna leave her. So that's kind of the vibe I was getting with the lyrics. Now, I liked the genre of the song. It wasn't fully like I want to say it was reminding me kind of like Afro beats a little bit, especially that drum in the back. And you know, because it was just bringing up, I know, but it wasn't full Afro beats, you know, it wasn't fully there. But it was reminding me kind of the Killa, Tinnitus, and so I like that. I'm always down for any elements of that genre to be in a song, and I loved that the falsettos were in full force in this song, but we still had sometimes, especially with I want to say Hyunikai and Yeonjun, they've made the song contrast with their lower tone and their more like rapping style, especially Yeonjun. Like I said, Yeonjun has a great voice for R&B and hip hop in particular, and his voice contrasts very nice to that very high tone most of the members were doing. I like how 3 members, I could be misremembering, maybe Kai and Yeonjun did sometimes, but I definitely know Taeyeon, Sub, and Bongyu, I loved how we got to hear their falsettos in the song. Taeyeon was really feeling that song. In my opinion, he seemed to have a lot of lines, and he seemed to be he really just like the delivery of his lines was so like impactful. And I think it's because Tan, I think, really appreciates this kind of genre just like I do. Like Tan was never needed any convincing when it came to Afro beats. I think like definitely for some other members, it was kind of like very brand new and not too sure about how this is gonna go type of thing. But Tan, we already know from the jump, he was so into Tinnitus. And so I think in these kinds of songs especially, he delivers so well because I can just tell he feels that. You know what I mean? So I respect him so much for that. And I always feel like we're on the same page when it comes to that. Okay, so next we have 41 Wings. I'm very curious about this song. It sounds very cutesy. See, right there, you already know what time it is. Like, they have their lover photos up. It just gives, already, the title just gives, like, cute vibes. But how does this align with the story that we're getting so far? Because nothing about danger and resist sound cute. So... Oh, let me turn this up a little. What is this R&B kind of old school sound? Taking us back to the 90s or 2000s or something? Early 2000s? Who's coming first? Yeonjun? Cause... Oh wait, hold up! Sorry. But I heard incoming. I don't know how familiar you are with this producer, Damn Joints, but he is up in many amazing songs. Particularly, if y'all know, my alt group is NCT 127. Every time he is on the production of the song, it just never fails. It just means the shit's gonna be good, okay? I don't know that I've ever heard that tagline for a TXT song though. I don't know that he's ever, you can tell me if I'm wrong, has he ever produced a song for TXT before? This is so exciting. And we're starting with Tan, and I completely agree. Why do I agree? Because whatever this is about to be, I feel like the one who's going to be most on board and feel it, like I said, is Tan. So that makes perfect sense. Let's go! What I say, it's the sound. It makes sense he would produce this. Oh boy, this is taking me back. Yes, Tan. Yes, Yeonjun. This is the order I expect. You. Oh! Oh! Oh my gosh. Woo! I can't say this. Oh. Oh my god. I'm loving their tones. Okay, so it's like their own little signal, their own cute little signal. The winks. Oh my god. Excuse me. Every time he does that, it's just so unexpected. I should expect it, but it just throws me off every time. He goes, hello. They need to stop with these R&B runs. I'm not doing well with that. Kai, stop. These runs are killing me. Oh, Subin on the bridge. I like that stripped back thing they did with his voice. It was a little bit muffled. Okay, excuse me. I see how it is. So you want to give Subin lines in everything but the title track. And if you think I'm gonna let you off the hook because of that, you're wrong. But I appreciate hearing him more, okay? Anyway, can you tell how much I love this song? Yeah, that was everything. I knew it was gonna be a hit from the time I heard Them Joints was on it. This was very different than any song on the album so far in terms of many things, mostly the genre. It just brought back that old school R&B sound. It's the sound I used to probably, hear a lot back in the day. I don't know, maybe when I was a child. That seems to be accurate. I don't know how old y'all are, but yeah. Anyway, I love this sound. I love that they bring it back. We don't hear enough of it anymore. And I loved their vocals on it. There were a lot of great things their voices were doing, but what really was just taking me out was these runs. Like, excuse me. Everyone was great, but Kai in particular, I'm not going to go back and look for it, but I remember every time Kai did his part, I think it was in the verses, how he would end his lines, it sounded so good. Kai's voice really was like his especially was really standing out to me. But everyone killed it. Tan and Yeonjun did exactly what I expected them to do. I expect them to come through on songs like this especially, and I know they love this type of genre. I'm sure they really appreciated getting to do a song like this. But Subin and Bongyu, like they did great too. I love that I just love that they're not given the expected tone. Like they're really utilizing their range. I know I sound like a broken record, but I love that because people need to understand Bongyu doesn't just need to do low tone thing like lines, and then Subin doesn't need to just do falsettos. Like they could do it all just like the other members. So I love that we're getting to hear these different tones from them. They all just sound phenomenal. Like I just love when members with so much talent, members, idols, whoever, just get to utilize the full potential of their voice. That's what you need to do with talent that is that big, right? Just utilize it in every way you can. So, gosh, that was everything. Now we're on the last song already. Oh, okay, spoiler alert. Are we getting a pop rock or something? So we had Heaven at the beginning, right? That was the first song, and now we have Higher Than Heaven. That's interesting. By the way, for the previous song, dang, you know what I forgot to do is talk about the lyrical content. Not that there was anything super, complex to interpret. 41 Winks, though. Okay, I will say I can't really, I don't know. We were really going, kind of telling a story. I feel like all the songs properly followed one another in terms of lyrical content. The 41 Winks thing, though, it seemed now out of the blue. Now I'm not sure how this story is connecting. Now it's just talking about cutesy stuff. You know what I mean? It was like, we have our own love language. We have our little signals. It's like Morse code. It's like, you wink at me, and you just blink at me, and I know what it is you're trying to say to me. Like, your eyes are talking, and that's connected. If I were to, do a stretch, maybe 41 Winks, this song is kind of representing just what is keeping them in the relationship, even though she could be dangerous, even though the relationship may not be butterflies and roses like we initially thought in heaven, there's still some things about her that remind me why I fell in love with her. Her cuteness, her charm, the fact that she could, give me this look and it makes me want to, whatever it is, fill in the blank, right? She has this hold on me, and that's what's keeping me here. That's what's making me want to go the distance with her, regardless of the times that things are rocky. So that's how I'm gonna make a connection with the rest of the album. Now we got Higher Than Heaven to end it though. Higher than heaven. So are we saying after everything is said and done, this relationship is still the best thing ever in life? That's quite the statement to make, higher than heaven. Okay, and this genre, pop rock, now I'm not sure, but from the little tiny snippet I heard, it's definitely different than all the other songs on the album. That stands out quite a lot. Although, if it is rock in any way, TXT absolutely dominates that genre. They have gotten that down really well, and they're one of the best at doing it when it comes to idol groups, period. So is Trini Kai gonna be prominent here? I feel like this is Kai's song already. Oh wow, Bongyu. Who's harmonizing with him? Ooh. His voice sounds so sweet. Okay. It's a very nice, just easy pop rock song. Oh, wow. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Wow, that's that power in the middle high. That's cute. Sounds so nice. It's just a really sweet song, Oh, his voice and that vibration he has, gets vibrato. It's very nice. He's sounding phenomenal, Bongyu. A proper bridge for once. Tan's doing so well with this falsetto. Oh, how long are we gonna hold that? Let's go. Oh, but they say it's over. Oh, that was so nice. I mean, I didn't know it was gonna end like that. That was such a sweet, fun song. I don't care how poppy it was. That was fun. And, excuse me. It was rock, but it was not the rock I was expecting. And it felt less like a song for the girl, the love interest in this whole thing, and more like a song for Moa. It wrapped up things very nicely. Can I say it related very well with the rest of the story? Not so much, but it was a nice sentiment, It made me really feel like that we're just gonna be together. That is Moa and TXT forever, and that when we're together, it's just heavenly. It's just the most magical time, and that's absolutely true. I feel that all the time, especially when I get to see them in concert. there's nothing that could come in between us at that time. There's nothing that could ruin that moment when we're face to face with each other in the same venue, you know? I always love how preciously they talk about us, you know what I mean? And the song, it definitely conveyed those warm, sweet feelings we have towards each other, that love we have for each other. So that was really cute. And everyone sounded great, phenomenal. But my favorite part of that entire song, I'm sure you could tell, and the thing that really packed a punch and came out of nowhere but was such a pleasant surprise, was just that little part in the chorus, that hi, hi, that was so strong. That power in the middle high, that was amazing. Like, that, it made the song not just super sweet all throughout. There were some moments where the members really, you know, their voices are everything. It doesn't matter what genre. If the members of your group are this talented, their voices will never, like, you can't really have a bad song if their voices are that good. And, you know, clearly everyone is just getting much stronger in their vocal talent. You know what I mean? Not that anyone was weak before, but, you know, it's expected. Taehyun, Hyuni, Kai, Yeonjun, they're kind of what it's considered maybe the vocal line classically. But everyone is really stepping up. Everyone is just getting better. I'm loving that Subin and Bongyu are getting more opportunity. I personally feel like I heard a lot more from them than typically in this album, and I just love it. I love how their voices are getting utilized, because you know the talent is there, and so it's nice to really hear more from everyone and just see how they are growing as artists. You know what I mean? It just makes me excited for all the stuff in the future. Things could only get better from here. But this was a solid album. I really liked it. I mean, TXT never fails. And even though I had a little bit of reservations about this album, because when Tan described it, excuse me, guys, I'm sorry, I'm sick. But anyway, when Tan described this album, when he was building anticipation for it, particularly in his Weverse interactions, like, he was saying how it's a pretty easy listening album, you know, nothing very alternative, nothing, you know, super, you know, complex, or maybe not everyone could digest. That's kind of what he was saying. And even though that could be nice, I'm someone who actually leans more to like experimental, alternative. I like to be surprised. I like a lot of things, different things coming at me, because my music taste is so eclectic. So I was kind of like, I don't know, how's this album gonna stack up to the others? But I actually really like this album, and it was not just as bland as maybe I thought it would be. I know that sounds super harsh. I knew the album wasn't going to be bad ever, but I actually really like it. I could see almost every song getting a lot of replay. But let me take a quick look. I can tell you right now, 41 Wings definitely stood out a lot. They were all good. I think, you know, Heaven, 41 Wings, and Higher Than Heaven, those were really, really nice. Even considering Over the Moon, I think those three were really up there for me. Let me put this back up. But yeah, guys, let me know what you thought of the album. What songs are your favorite? What did you think of the members' vocals and, you know, the different genres? What did you think of Dem Joins? I'm just kidding. But the production, everything, leave your impressions, you know. Let me know what really stood out to you in this album. I cannot wait for live performances, choreo, to, you know, the title track and the coupling song. I'm going to react to as much as I possibly can, so please look out for that. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.